Welcome back to the channel, US Rare Coins News, Top 1. Everyone who enjoys uncovering the hidden stories and surprising value behind coins we often overlook. Today's journey takes us into modern American coinage, to a small, golden-colored coin that many people have spent without a second thought. At first glance it may look simple, even ordinary, but behind its design and history is a fascinating story of innovation, symbolism, and collector interest. Today we're talking about the United States of America gold $1 coin from the year 2000 with the D Mint mark. Stay with me until the very end, because that's where we reveal the real auction prices that show what this little coin can truly be worth. As the new millennium approached, the United States Mint set out to do something bold. For years, dollar coins had struggled to gain popularity. Larger dollar coins were heavy and unpopular in daily use, yet paper dollar bills continued to dominate wallets and cash registers. The Mint wanted a coin that was modern, compact, visually striking, and practical. The result was a golden-colored dollar coin made with a unique alloy that gave it a warm, gold-like appearance, even though it contained no actual gold. This new coin was intended to feel fresh, modern, and symbolic of a new era in American currency. The year 2000 was especially significant. It marked not only the start of a new century, but also a new chapter in U.S. coin design. The 2000 D Gold $1 coin was produced at the Denver Mint, a facility known for its high-quality coinage and massive output. Millions of these coins were struck and released into circulation, where they were used in vending machines, public transportation, and everyday transactions. Over time, many became scratched, discolored, or worn, while others were set aside, saved, or forgotten. When you look closely at the front of the 2000 D Gold $1 coin, you'll see the portrait of Sacagawea, the young Shoshone woman who played a crucial role in the Lewis and Clark expedition. She is shown carrying her infant son, Jean-Baptiste, a powerful image that represents guidance, courage, and new beginnings. Her expression is calm and confident, symbolizing strength and resilience. The word liberty appears prominently, while the date 2000 reflects the coin's connection to the dawn of a new millennium. This design was a major departure from previous dollar coins and was praised for its artistic quality and emotional depth. Turning the coin over reveals a soaring eagle in flight, surrounded by 17 stars representing the states of the Union at the time of the Lewis and Clark expedition. The eagle symbolizes freedom, strength, and the spirit of exploration. The inscriptions United States of America and $1 clearly identify the coin, while the motto E Pluribus Unum reinforces unity. The overall design feels clean, modern, and purposeful, perfectly aligned with the Mint's goal of creating a coin for a new generation. What makes the 2000 D Gold $1 coin especially interesting to collectors is the contrast between its high mintage and its condition rarity. Because these coins were widely used, finding one today with strong original luster, clean surfaces, and minimal marks is not as easy as it might seem. The manganese brass alloy used to create the golden color is prone to showing fingerprints, dark spots, and wear. Coins that were handled frequently often lost their bright appearance quickly. Another reason collectors pay attention to this coin is its role as the first year of issue for the Sacagawea dollar series. First-year coins often carry added significance, especially when the design represents a major shift in U.S. coinage. For many collectors, the 2000 D Sacagawea dollar is a symbol of experimentation and change, capturing a moment when the Mint attempted to reshape how Americans thought about money. Over the years, interest in these coins has grown. While many examples remain common, collectors actively seek out high-grade specimens, particularly those with exceptional eye appeal. Coins that were carefully stored, never circulated, and protected from environmental damage stand out sharply from the rest. Professional grading has further separated ordinary examples from premium ones, creating a clear distinction in the market. The 2000 D Gold $1 coin also appeals to a new generation of collectors. Its modern design, smaller size, and cultural significance make it approachable and engaging. It serves as an entry point into coin collecting, while still offering challenges for those who pursue the finest examples available. Now let's get to the part you've been waiting for, auction prices. Most circulated 2000 D Gold $1 coins sell for only a small premium over face value. However, uncirculated examples in higher grades have sold at auction for significantly more, often reaching tens or even hundreds of dollars depending on condition. Coins with exceptional strike quality, vibrant original color, and top professional grades have achieved even stronger results. In rare cases, outstanding examples have sold at major auctions for several $1,000s when collectors competed for the finest known specimens. Top 2. Today's topic is one of the most mysterious and misunderstood stories in American numismatics. It's a coin that many people search for, talk about, and even claim to own, yet almost no one truly understands. We're diving into the legend of the United States of America gold $1 dated 1841. This date sparks curiosity, debate, and endless online speculation. Is it a lost treasure? A secret minting? Or one of the greatest myths in U.S. coin history? Stay with me until the very end, because we will uncover the truth and reveal what coins associated with this mystery have actually sold for at auction. The early 1800s were a defining era for American coinage. The United States Mint was still young, gold supplies were limited, and every gold coin struck carried immense value and responsibility. During this time, the country issued gold coins, but they were mostly higher denominations. Quarter eagles, half eagles, and full eagles dominated gold circulation. A gold $1 coin simply did not exist in everyday American commerce during the year 1841. Yet somehow, the idea of an 1841 gold dollar has survived for generations, passed from collector to collector like a whispered secret. So where does this mystery come from? Much of it stems from misunderstanding and assumption. When collectors hear gold dollar, they often imagine that such a coin must have existed earlier than it actually did. Gold was valuable, America was expanding, and commerce was growing, so it feels natural to assume a gold dollar would have been part of the system. But history tells a different story. In 1841, the United States Mint had not yet authorized or produced a $1 gold coin. That milestone would not arrive until years later, driven by dramatic changes in the nation's gold supply. The true turning point came with the California gold rush in the late 1840s. Suddenly, gold flooded into the economy, and the need for smaller gold denominations became practical and necessary. Only then did the U.S. Mint introduce the gold $1 coin. That means any coin claiming to be an official United States gold $1 dated 1841 is not a legitimate government-issued coin. And this is where the legend becomes even more fascinating. Over the years, collectors have encountered privately made pieces, replicas, altered coins, and fantasy issues bearing the date 1841 and labeled as gold dollars. Some were created decades later as novelty items. Others were produced to deceive inexperienced buyers. A few were made as educational replicas or souvenir pieces. These objects often look convincing at first glance, especially to those new to coin collecting. The gold color, the old date, and the promise of rarity create a powerful illusion. Despite not being official U.S. coins, these pieces still attract attention. Why? Because humans are drawn to mysteries. The idea of a coin that shouldn't exist fuels curiosity and imagination. Some collectors specialize in exonumia, which includes tokens, medals, and non-circulating pieces related to monetary history. To them, these so-called 1841 gold dollars are not treasure, but conversation pieces that tell a story about confusion, myth, and the evolution of American money. Designs found on these fantasy pieces vary widely. Some imitate later gold dollar designs, while others feature generic liberty portraits or simplified eagles. None were struck by the U.S. Mint, none were authorized by Congress, and none were used as legal tender. Yet many survive today because they were never circulated as money. They were stored, displayed, or sold as curiosities, which means they can sometimes appear in surprisingly good condition. Understanding the value of something like this requires separating emotion from fact. True numismatic value comes from authenticity, historical legitimacy, and documented origin. Since an 1841 U.S. gold $1 does not exist, it holds no value as an official coin. However, that does not mean every piece with that date is worthless. Value depends on what the item actually is, who made it, what it's made of, and how collectors perceive it. Some of these pieces are made of real gold, while others are gold-plated or brass. Some were produced in the 19th century as private tokens, while others are modern replicas. Professional authentication is essential, because without it, there is no reliable way to determine what you're holding. This is why experienced collectors always stress research, grading, and documentation. Now we come to the part many people wait for, auction results. Because there is no official United States gold $1 coin dated 1841, no legitimate auction records exist for such a coin as a U.S. mint issue. However, privately made fantasy pieces and replicas bearing the 1841 date have appeared at auctions. Most sell for modest amounts, often ranging from a few dollars to a few $100s depending on material, age, and craftsmanship. Pieces confirmed to contain real gold have sold for higher amounts, usually based primarily on gold content rather than numismatic rarity. None have ever reached the prices associated with genuine U.S. gold dollars from later years. Top 3. Today's video takes us back to one of the most dramatic and exciting moments in American history, a time when dreams of wealth reshaped the nation almost overnight. In your hand, this coin may look delicate and small, but its story is massive. Today we are exploring the United States of America gold $1 coins dated 1849 and 1850, the very first gold dollar coins ever issued by the U.S. Mint. These coins are not just money, they are symbols of ambition, opportunity, and the birth of a new era in American coinage. Stay with me until the very end, because that's when we'll talk about real auction prices that show just how valuable these historic coins can be. To truly understand the importance of the 1849 and 1850 gold $1 coins, we need to step back into the late 1840s. The United States was expanding rapidly, and everything changed when gold was discovered in California. The California gold rush ignited a wave of excitement unlike anything the nation had seen before. Thousands of people abandoned their homes, jobs, and families to chase the promise of fortune. As gold poured into the economy, the U.S. Mint faced a brand new challenge. There was suddenly an abundance of gold, but no small gold coins suitable for everyday commerce. Before this time, gold coins existed, but they were large denominations. The idea of a $1 gold coin had been discussed for years but never fully realized. The gold rush changed everything. In response, Congress authorized the creation of a gold dollar, and in 1849, history was made. For the first time ever, the United States issued a gold coin with a face value of just $1. The 1849 gold $1 holds a special place in numismatic history. It represents the very beginning of the gold dollar series. These coins were small, lightweight, and practical, designed to circulate easily at a time when gold was suddenly accessible. Holding one today is like holding a piece of the gold rush itself. These coins were present during a period of intense migration, economic transformation, and national growth. When you examine the design of the 1849 and 1850 gold dollars, you immediately notice their elegance despite their small size. The obverse features a classical portrait of Liberty, wearing a coronet inscribed with the word Liberty. Her expression is calm and refined, reflecting the artistic style of mid-19th century America. 13 stars surround her, representing the original colonies, and the date anchors the coin firmly in one of the most important chapters of U.S. history. The reverse of the coin is simple yet powerful. It features the denomination $1 and the inscription United States of America, framed by a delicate wreath. This understated design was intentional. The focus was on function and clarity, making the coin easy to recognize and use in everyday transactions. Despite its simplicity, the design carries a quiet confidence, reflecting a nation stepping boldly into a new economic reality. The year 1850 marked the first full year of production for the gold dollar. By this time, the U.S. Mint had refined its processes, and gold dollars began to circulate more widely. These coins passed through the hands of miners, merchants, travelers, and bankers. They were used in saloons, general stores, and trading posts across a rapidly growing country. Every scratch and mark tells a story of movement, trade, and survival in a young and ambitious nation. what makes 1849 and 1850 gold dollars especially desirable today is their historical importance combined with their scarcity. These coins were used heavily, and many were lost, melted, or damaged over time. Their small size made them easy to misplace, and gold coins were often melted down when gold prices rose or when coins became worn. As a result, surviving examples, especially those in higher condition, are far rarer than many people realize. Collectors value these coins not only for their gold content, but for what they represent. They mark the beginning of a new denomination, born directly from one of the most influential events in American history. They also represent innovation in U.S. coinage, adapting to a changing economy and a rapidly expanding nation. Condition plays a huge role in the desirability of these coins. Because they were circulated extensively, many examples show wear, soft details, and surface marks. Coins with clear Liberty details, sharp lettering, and minimal damage stand out dramatically. Those that have been well preserved for over 170 years are considered true treasures in the numismatic world. Another layer of appeal comes from the fact that these early gold dollars were produced in limited quantities compared to modern coins. They were struck using 19th century technology, which adds to their charm and individuality. No two surviving coins are exactly alike. Each one carries unique characteristics shaped by history. Now let's talk about the moment everyone waits for. Auction prices. At auction, 1849 and 1850 United States gold $1 coins consistently attract strong interest from collectors. Worn but authentic examples have sold for several $1,000s. Coins in better condition regularly reach five-figure prices. High-grade examples, especially those with strong eye appeal and professional certification, have sold at major auctions for tens of thousands of dollars. In exceptional cases, particularly rare or well-preserved specimens have achieved auction prices exceeding $100,000, driven by their historical significance, rarity, and demand among advanced collectors. Top 4. Today's video dives into one of the most misunderstood and talked about topics in American numismatics. It's a subject that sparks curiosity, fuels online searches, and often leads collectors down a fascinating rabbit hole. We're exploring the idea of a United States of America gold $1 dated between 1825 and 1829. At first glance, it sounds like a legendary treasure from the early days of the nation. But as with many great coin stories, the truth is far more interesting than the myth. Stay with me until the very end, because that's where we will discuss real auction prices connected to this era and explain what collectors actually pay for genuine gold coins from this time period. The 1820s were a formative decade for the United States. The country was still young, expanding westward, building its identity, and developing its financial systems. The U.S. Mint had already been operating for several decades, striking coins in gold, silver, and copper. Gold coins were especially important, as they represented wealth, stability, and international credibility. However, gold coinage in the 1820s followed a very specific structure, one that did not include a $1 denomination. During the years 1825 through 1829, the United States did strike gold coins, but they were larger denominations. The gold quarter eagle with a face value of $2.50 was the smallest official gold coin at the time. Above that were the half eagle and the eagle, valued at $5 and $10. These coins were substantial, valuable, and primarily used in banking, trade, and large transactions. A gold $1 coin simply did not exist in official U.S. coinage during this era. So how did the idea of an 1825 to 1829 gold $1 come into existence? The answer lies in misunderstanding, assumption, and the powerful appeal of rarity. Many collectors assume that because gold coins existed early in U.S. history, smaller gold denominations must have existed as well. Others encounter replicas, altered coins, or privately made pieces and mistake them for official issues. Over time, these misunderstandings solidified into a persistent myth that continues to circulate today. It wasn't until the late 1840s, after the discovery of gold in California, that the United States finally introduced the gold $1 coin. The sudden abundance of gold made smaller denominations practical and necessary. That means any coin claiming to be an official U.S. gold $1 dated between 1825 and 1829 is not a genuine government-issued coin. That doesn't mean coins from this era aren't incredibly important or valuable. In fact, gold coins struck during the 1820s are among the most historically significant pieces in American numismatics. They were made using early minting technology, often struck multiple times to bring up the details, and many were later melted down due to changes in gold value and weight standards. Surviving examples are scarce and highly sought after. Collectors who believe they have found an 1820s gold dollar are often actually looking at one of several possibilities. It could be a gold quarter eagle with heavy wear that makes the denomination hard to read. It could be a privately made token or metal. It could be a later dated gold dollar that has been misidentified. Or it could be a modern fantasy piece created to resemble early American coinage. This is why professional authentication is absolutely essential when dealing with early gold coins. The fascination with the 1820s comes from how close this period feels to the nation's founding. These coins circulated when horse-drawn wagons filled the streets, when handwritten ledgers recorded transactions, and when the idea of America was still being defined. Gold coins from this era passed through the hands of merchants, bankers, landowners, and international traders. Each surviving piece is a witness to that history. Although a gold $1 did not exist during 1825 to 1829, the gold coins that were struck during those years are true treasures. Their designs often feature a classical liberty portrait and a heraldic eagle, reflecting the artistic influences of the time. The craftsmanship, despite limited technology, was remarkable. Every coin was a product of human skill, manual labor, and early industrial ambition. Condition is especially critical with early gold coins. Many examples show wear, adjustment marks, or weak strikes. Coins that survive with strong details and minimal damage are rare and highly prized. This scarcity is what drives intense competition among collectors when authentic examples appear on the market. Now let's talk about auction prices, because this is where reality replaces myth. There are no auction records for an official United States gold $1 dated between 1825 and 1829, because such a coin does not exist. However, genuine U.S. gold coins from this exact period, particularly gold quarter eagles and half eagles, have sold for impressive amounts at auction. Depending on rarity, condition, and mint, these coins regularly sell for tens of thousands of dollars. High-grade or especially rare examples have reached auction prices well into six figures, sometimes exceeding $200,000 when demand is strong and collectors compete for top-quality pieces. Top 5. Today's video is a grand journey through more than a century of American ambition, expansion, and economic change. We are exploring the story behind what many people search for and talk about as the United States of America gold $1 from 1809 to 1917. This long span of dates covers some of the most dramatic transformations in U.S. history, from the early republic to the dawn of the modern era. While the story is often misunderstood, the truth behind it is far more fascinating than any myth. Stay with me until the very end, because that's where we'll talk about real auction prices and what collectors actually pay for genuine gold dollar coins connected to this remarkable period. In the early 1800s, the United States was still defining itself. The nation was young, its economy was developing, and its coinage system was evolving year by year. Gold coins were already part of American money, but they were large denominations intended for major transactions. In 1809, gold coins such as the quarter eagle, half eagle, and eagle existed, but a gold $1 coin did not. At that time, $1 was considered too small a value to be struck in gold. Gold was precious, scarce, and reserved for higher denominations. As the decades passed, the country grew. New states joined the Union, trade expanded, and the demand for flexible currency increased. Yet for many years, the idea of a gold $1 remained just that, an idea. From 1809 through the 1840s, Americans used silver dollars, banknotes, and larger gold coins, but no official gold dollar existed. This long gap is the reason so many people today are confused when they see references to gold dollars tied to very early dates. Everything changed with the discovery of gold in California in 1848. The gold rush transformed the American economy almost overnight. Suddenly, gold was no longer rare. It poured into the U.S. Mint in massive quantities, creating an urgent need for new denominations that could be used in everyday commerce. In response, the United States finally introduced the gold $1 coin in 1849. This moment marked the true birth of the American gold dollar. From that point forward, the gold $1 became a reality rather than a dream. These coins were small, lightweight, and practical, designed to circulate easily during a time of rapid growth and movement. They traveled with miners, merchants, settlers, and traders across a nation on the move. From dusty frontier towns to busy eastern cities, the gold dollar became a symbol of opportunity and ambition. Over the years, the design of the gold $1 evolved. Early versions featured a classical Liberty portrait, elegant and refined, reflecting the artistic style of the mid-19th century. Later designs became more compact and distinctive, adapting to the practical challenges of such a small coin. Despite their size, these coins carried immense importance. They represented the success of American mining, the strength of the economy, and the mint's ability to adapt to changing times. The gold $1 continued to be produced through the second half of the 19th century. However, challenges remained. Because of their tiny size, these coins were easy to lose and difficult to handle. Many people disliked using them, and large numbers were melted, lost, or stored away. Over time, production declined, and in 1889, the gold $1 was officially discontinued. That marked the end of the gold dollar as a circulating U.S. coin. So where does the year 1917 come into the story? By 1917, the United States had entered World War I, and gold coinage as a whole was nearing its end in everyday circulation. While gold dollars were no longer being minted, gold coins still played a role in the monetary system. The period from 1809 to 1917 represents the full arc of America's relationship with gold coinage, from early experimentation to eventual withdrawal from daily use. When people refer to a gold $1 spanning these dates, they are often unknowingly combining history, myth, and reality into a single idea. Collectors today are fascinated by the genuine gold $1 coins that were actually produced between 1849 and 1889. These coins are prized not only for their gold content, but for their historical significance. Each one represents a chapter in America's growth, from the gold rush to the industrial age. Their survival is remarkable, given how many were lost or destroyed. Condition plays a major role in value. Because these coins are so small, even minor wear can dramatically affect their appearance. Coins with sharp details, strong luster, and minimal damage are rare and highly desirable. Professional grading has helped identify the finest surviving examples, separating ordinary coins from extraordinary treasures. Now we come to the moment everyone waits for: auction prices. Authentic United States gold $1 coins have achieved impressive results at auction. Common dates in worn condition often sell for several $1,000s. Better preserved examples regularly reach five-figure prices. Rare dates, low mintage issues, and coins in exceptional condition have sold at major auctions for tens of thousands of dollars. In some cases, especially rare or high-grade specimens have achieved auction prices exceeding $100,000, reflecting their scarcity, historical importance, and strong collector demand. So while the idea of a gold $1 spanning from 1809 to 1917 may sound mysterious, the real story is even more powerful. It's a story of innovation, expansion, and the rise and fall of gold in everyday American life. And the genuine gold dollars that do exist remain some of the most beautiful and valuable coins in U.S. history. If you enjoyed this epic journey through America's gold dollar story, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. There are many more incredible coin stories waiting to be uncovered. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting.